raid push motion. Remember, this entire thing, we are going to be setting up an air raid series of plays that you can take right now when this is all over with and use it in your offense. And you know the if and thens, you know what you're looking for when you call this play, what's the counter to this play if the defense is stopping it, and all of this stuff. The reason why we are doing this is because we want to freaking go fast, go hard, and just destroy defenses. That is what we want to do. Now, if this sounds good, if y'all can hear me in chat, if you're in chat, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what's going on when we dive into this. And remember, everything today is with the push motion. We are setting at a 2x2, and we are pushing the back to the Y side. So the Y is set to the right. We're pushing it to the right. That is what we are doing right now. So if you can see that, let me know. I want to know if this works or not for some reason. It is not working. I can't see anything. So again, if you are in the video, I see that we have some coaches in. Please say something in the chat to let me know that you can see me and everything is all right, because right now it is saying nothing. I can't see anything. All right, so everything's good. You can see my bearded face and me just talking ball with some other football coaches. All right, Coach Tubbs, Coach Christian, Coach Dustin, I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all for helping me out. If you haven't seen the previous live stream, good Lord, I went stupid right there. Go back and check that. That was all the quick game. We did the push motion with the stick and push motion with the fade out. Now, what we're doing now is I'm taking my two personal favorite air raid concepts. These are the ones that I will ride or die with, like they said back in the 90s. This is what I like to do. And the two of them that we're going to do is the first one is the Y shack. I love the shallow cross, and I love how you are making, if you watched my latest live clinic with Coach Colt Harp, is 53.3, making them defend the entire field, and that is what you have to do, especially in this offense. Look, Coach Leach said it himself. You don't need someone that can just bomb the ball 80 yards on a dime and just destroy him. No, what you need is someone that can just stretch it from sideline to sideline and at least 30 yards down the field. At most 30 yards down the field. That's it. That's all you need, and that is what these two plays do, the Y cross and the Y shack. That's what we call it, Y shack, or the shallow cross with the Y. And I'm going to get into how I did it. We've gone back and forth, but this way I'm fixing to draw it up is my favorite way. It's just something, it's like my security blanket, what I go back to. And if you do it differently, that's fine, but this is what I do. This is what we do, and the quarterbacks love it. It helps them tremendously, and this is what we do. But before I get into that, if you want to join our Ron McKie football coaching community, we opened it up again. It's open until Saturday at 11:59. Right now we have 279, I think the last time I counted, coaches that are inside using the online courses, using the quick win videos, the live coaching clinics that we have done. We've done over, I think, 12 live coaching clinics and the private forum. If you want to get more information on that, you can check out joinrmfootball.com. Now, this one right here. So again, tear motion. I love tear motion. And tear motion is you're putting the back opposite where he has to end up. So Y shack. The Y is running the shallow cross. So he is running through the heels of the defensive line. That is very important. You don't want him taking a step up then going. We teach him, hey, you're going straight down the line of scrimmage. Trust me, the defensive line, they're going to move. You are going down the line of scrimmage. If the Y is running the shallow, then the F, the first guy opposite him on the other side of the ball, is running the 10-yard dig. All right, now this is something that we need to do. This is something you need to teach your guys on. And Coach Tubbs, everyone should join us. It's getting great other coaches' opinions much faster than scouring Google. I appreciate it, Coach, and you are absolutely right. We are bouncing ideas off of freaking everybody. There's no stupid questions. We just ask questions, and if you have a question, I guarantee you the 279 other coaches that are in there, they have tried your idea and they come back with feedback, and we are learning from one another. So I appreciate the plug, Coach Tubbs. Right here, though, if he's running the Y, the guy opposite the ball is running the dig, and there's two coaching points, two very big coaching points. One, if you're running the dig, you have to outside release this backer. You want to go outside the backer. Why? Well, you want this linebacker, this guy that's head up to slightly inside of you, to turn his hips and run with you on the dig. If he runs with you on the dig, then we are throwing the drag right now, and this is usually our best player. He's catching it, getting up the field. The second thing is now you are going to be reading the next person inside. So if this is number 1, where you outside release, the next guy standing up is who you're going to read on whether to sit down in grass or keep going. And that's what we do. We either sit down or we keep going. We tried to find the open window. It was never the same for the quarterback and the wide receiver. They could never get it on the same page. I stumbled across an old Chris Hatcher video where he said this is what they did. If the guy you're reading opens up and goes away from you, then you sit in the grass after you make your break right there. Kind of turns into a little curl. That's what we do. So again, this guy, he's outside releasing, he's breaking across, he's reading the next guy inside the box. That guy goes away from him, he sits down in the hole. If this guy opens up to him, then he is going to be running his dig until he runs into the sidelines, up the stands, and out the stadium. That is what we do. And since we have implemented that one little tweak, it has been tremendous for us. The quarterbacks and the wide receivers are on the same page. We have hit the dig a lot more during spring ball and during 7-on-7s. I know it's 7-on-7, but still you're getting mental reps, you're getting the reps, and we are hitting that very, very, very well. The next thing, we are going push motion. Remember, pushing the tailback to the Y, and then he is going to replace to the numbers where the R is. And here's an important part. When he gets to the numbers, he stops, throws up the hands. That's it. He doesn't continue on the field. We do not want him to do that because he gets in the way of everything. He is going push motion. He is going to the numbers, and then he is sitting. That is what he's doing. Now, the quarterback's progression is really simple. It is drag, dig, swing. Just like that. Drag, dig, swing. Who is he keying? He is keying the guy head up to slightly inside the F. If he turns his hips and rides with the dig, he throws it. If he doesn't, if he sits right here, then he's looking for the dig. Is he settling up or is he going? If there is any confusion, then you throw it to the back. And that's very important. You have to tell your guy, hey, if you're confused, if you're like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. Where do I go? What do I do? Find the back. Because 95% of the time, the back's going to be so wide open, you're going to say, oh my goodness, I wish I threw the back more. And you will realize that once you start running this and you go back to game film and the defense, you think they locked it up, everybody was covered. You go back and watch film and you go, oh my goodness. Seriously, look how wide open that back is. You need to throw that to the back. You need to do that. So again, it's drag, dig, swing. Coach McKie, what do you do for the outside guys? Well, originally we had him running a post and the opposite guy running a vert. I know a lot of people did it, and this spring I freaking loved that. But this is what happened. As a coaching staff, we got together and we said, hey, we got some dudes. Now, we don't have a lot of dudes, but we got some dudes. These dudes need to play both ways. We need to play defense. They need to play offense. We're just going to go out and put the best 11 on the field out there, and they're going to do what they do. And a lot of y'all are in the same position as we are. We need to have our best players there. Well, as an offensive coordinator, as the guy calling the shots, you need to then come back and go, okay, how do I make this simple so the guys aren't struggling learning both an offensive position and a defensive position? And when we sat down and we had that heart-to-heart, this is what we came up with. We just came up with, hey, we're only going to run this one way. We can flip them if we want. So the Y's always running the drag, the F's always running the dig. If the F's your guy you want to get the ball off, have the F always run the drag and the Y always run the dig. And then the outside guys always run the vertical. Now, that's not to say you can't tag them on something if you see it in a game, but this is a way you can make it simpler for your kids, and then that way you can just plug and play people where they're at, and then if you see something, then you tag it, and you and your quarterback know what to do. So any questions on this? This is the first thing that I like to install, the shallow cross, 53.3, make them defend the whole field. You got the vertical shots. If you like it, if you want them to take a shot, maybe game plan, you see that, hey, our R is better than their corner, we want to take a shot, just do this. Go think and then tag something with an R. Think R like that. And that's telling the quarterback, hey, I'm throwing the ball to the R. I'm 1-2 plant throwing it. I'm going to make sure that I throw it toward the sideline so either we get it with over the shoulder or it goes out of bounds. But that's how you can take a shot. And if you have any questions, again, guys, please put it in the in the chat right now what we're going over for those coaches that have just joined us. I'm going part 2 of the Air Raid offensive series. Remember, I hate the wing tee, but I love the wing tee philosophy. I love what they do, the if-thens. How if I run this and the defense stops it, then I'm going to call this. So yesterday, I did the quick game, stick, and fade out. Today, I am doing the drop back game. I am doing the Y cross. The Y cross and the Y shack, or the shallow cross with the Y. I just went over the shallow cross with the Y. I'm going to go over and show you why I love the Y cross. And actually, I think the Y cross is probably the best play of all air raid schemes. It is unfreaking believable, especially if you teach it right to the Y so he can make adjustments. Oh, the shallow with pass pro. All right, so this is what we're doing. If the Y is the first read, remember, to make things simple, you always want to slide opposite the first progression. So what you're going to do is, since we're first progressions to the left, we're pass proing to the right. We're half sliding to the right. That's how we do things like that. And so I want to show y'all. So he's here. They're doing their outside. They're doing their outside. That looks awful, but you know what I'm trying to do? If the defense is going to blitz, it's going to be blitzing from the left side. That's who we can't account for, and it's blitzing in the quarterback's face. So now he knows this is his hot. The shallow cross is the hot, or the back's the hot. There you go. Can you RPO with shallow? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know how to do that. So if people know how it, please put it in the chat. Let them know, but I have no idea. Coach Kevin, if the play side backer doesn't go with the F, can he not find grass in the seam? He could, but if that's the case, especially against one high, just call 4 verts if you want to do that. Don't give him too many if-thens, because then he will be just frozen and he will have no idea what to do. All right, that's just me personally. Coach Tubbs, all right, already read that. Coach Davis, welcome. Got all of our Youngstown State coaches watching right now. Great work. Thanks, Coach Davis. Is that Youngstown? Is that a college? That is incredible if it is. So this is the first thing that we're going to do. The next thing is the Y cross, and I swear, guys, if you get this down, it's printing yards, essentially. You can do anything you want to the defense, and they can't do anything, and this is how we do it, all right? So, oh, goodness. The L always has a vertical. The Y under the front, over the second, and then he is picking a spot 18 to 22 yards down the field. If it's one high, he can snap it off. If they're blitzing, he can run a slant. It's like that. The Y is the freaking guy right there. And then what we do on the backside is we do a curl flat. Make it real simple. I forgot where I got that from. I want to say Coach Colt Harp. Oh, goodness. I want to say that's who it is, but I can't be certain. I want to give credit where credit is due. Here we go. We got the curl flat, and this is what we do with the F. We actually like the old school way of the speed out. That's what we like. We actually like doing that because it is the best thing for us. And this is what we're teaching them. We're teaching them vert, cross, out. Vert, cross, out. Vert, cross, out. Vert, cross, out. That's what you have to do. Vert, cross, out. And then if it's not there, then you got curl flat. It's very simple. Vert, cross, out, curl flat. Vert, cross, out, curl flat. Your guys have to rep the piss out of this. But once you get it, and this is why you can run this series with only 2 dropbacks. Once you get this, the defense cannot be right with the Y cross. They can't do it. It is amazing. All right, so there's the 2 plays right there. Fellas, my daughter just came home, and so does my son, so I am going to go and play with them, but I just wanted to get this in. Tomorrow, we are going to be going over a run game if you have a running quarterback. So if not, then you can go screens, which is the next day. And coaches, I appreciate you being here. Again, if you want to join the Ron Mackey football coaching community, go to joinrmfootball.com. And until next time, coaches, let's continue to master the spread, score points, and have fun.